Hey guys, just back with another video. A little bit of a bonus one this week since, well, my other one didn't do too well. So today we're going to be taking a look at my long-promised STB1 video, the 8.0 first Tier 5 Japanese tank that you will unlock. Now, disclaimer, I am not a good top-tier tanker, but I still do know what I'm talking about at least, so I should be able to do a fair comparison to this to at least other top-tier tanks. Yeah. With that out of the way, I have been getting better at top tier, but not by much. So I was driving this, and I actually decided to drive out the Leopard the other night, and just so I could compare them a little bit more favorably. Now, the Leopard and this thing are almost exactly the same speed. I mean, there's almost no difference whatsoever. It moves like a Leopard, it really does. It's got the same gun as the Leopard, the same shells as the Leopard, same retardedly hard stock grind that I haven't got through yet as a stock Leopard. I mean, I do have hash and stuff, but I mean, I don't have heat, which is kind of a skill crutch, but still, I don't have skill, so I need it. And yeah, so that's definitely some things to be warned of, as with all top tier allied tanks that don't get the APC BC shell like Russians do. So, as with the Leopard, this tank has almost no armor, or so you think. It only has 100 mils of frontal armor, and when you're fighting 400mm penetration guns rather consistently, you'd think it wouldn't matter. But the thing is there are lower tier tanks here, and these things called ZSU-57-2s. The ZSU-57-2 cannot pen your upper front hull, except for the weak spots such as the driver's hatch, or driver's port, and the turret front. Actually, I'm not entirely sure if it can pen the turret front. I've never had one try to. So, in theory, it shouldn't, but I mean, that's just theory. So, what it does have, it's 100mm sloped amazingly. If you throw in a little bit of angling on your tank, being in mind that your sides are very weak, so you cannot really angle, but a few degrees, and you can get this thing up to around 300 mils of effective armor. Easily. Now, the thing with the Sabo shell is that it doesn't activate the hull break mechanic, so when you're fighting AAA trucks or whatever like that, yeah, you're gonna run into some issues with that. I mean, whatever, it's an AA truck, it shouldn't really be killing you. But just to be noted, if you're seeing Hellcats and stuff like that, and you can also not hull break the Sheridan, I believe, because it has 25mm of armor, which is threshold. So, don't quote me on that Sheridan, but it wasn't on the list, so it shouldn't be hull breaking. So it's just got some stock issues, and I'd like to get them done and over with. However, I'm not going to, because I don't like top tier tanks, which is why I do so bad. So now, this thing is really good at flanking, which is what you'd expect for a fast, mobile, lightly armored medium. So as you can see, this T10M and the Chieftain have no idea I'm here. Now, so yeah, I mean, this thing is an amazing tank, don't get me wrong. I'd even say it's better than a Leopard. However, I'm just bad. So, I mean, once you get the heat, I imagine I could do a lot better than I am now. But, I mean, it's just like fighting T10Ms from the front. I mean, you can pen their lower plate, but there are definitely easier things to do. So, the other thing is, though, is once you get hash, you can do stuff like this. So I'm loading my Sabo here, still, which was a mistake. Then I underranged the shot, and then I realized that it's a T62. The hash on this tank is actually quite useful. You can kill T54s, T62s, basically everything except for T10Ms, and it does actually activate the hull break mechanic. But it has a lot of fragmentation, so when you hit, it generally kills. So, as you can see by me just nicking the top of that T62, it went bye-bye. Now, unfortunately, that T10M I killed is one of those people that is like, oh, I died, I must avenge my death, and drops the biggest bomb from the IL-28. So, he's pretty bad. I mean, he would have completely missed me with any other bomb, but whatever. So, now we're hopping into the next game, and this game will kind of show what I mean by the lower tier guns bouncing off of it, and why I hate Sabo. Sabo in this game is rather bugged. I don't understand what's wrong with it. I've ground out my entire British tree, and every British gun did it. Well, I'll just let you wait and see. So, as you can see here, we're easily keeping up with the Leopards. I have no idea how upgraded that guy is, but I mean, my tank is mostly stock, so either way, I am keeping up with the Leopard fairly well in the STB1. So that's kind of why I'm inclined to say the STB1 is better, because it'll bounce lower to your guns, but it doesn't have, and it's got the same mobility, and freeload is almost the same. So I mean, this tank can definitely, it's a good tier 5 tank. However, it has the issue of being a tier 5 Japanese tank. Now today the BRs were lowered on the STA1, STA2, and Type 61. So, I mean, that'll make the grind a little bit easier for this thing, but I still don't feel like the STAs will be very competitive, even at a 6-3, because they'll still fight 6-7s all the time, and that was awful. So, yeah, I don't really know if it's worth the grind all the way through tier 5, or all the way to tier 5 in Japan to get this thing, because Japan is just an awful tech tree. It's wretched. Literally all I did was use heavy tank number 6 and STAs with talismans to get this. The tech tree is just awful. So now I'm going to go back into combat, as you can probably tell. The hostile team is capping A, and I did see a Hellcat rushing the point. So I'm watching for the Hellcat, and I come around the corner and see our Leopards. So, Leopards are obviously no threat to me, but drive around the corner side on, see a Carnarvon, which went right through firing Sabo, and then killed the Hellcat. Because, you know, logic, you gotta kill the thing that's least dangerous to my team, because low penetration. However, it would actually be fairly dangerous to our Leopards, but, I mean, they shouldn't be sitting ass onto a T10 or a Chieftain either. But that doesn't matter. So here's where I'm going to put the armor to some use. I know with effective angling and only showing him my upper hull that I will be able to bounce shots from this Carnarvon. So I track him on the first shot. Actually, that was a miss. I was trying to hit his ammo rack. But once I know he's pinned there, I know he can't push now and ruin my angling. So what my plan at this point was just show him my hull. He won't be able to penetrate it from that kind of angle. So that's exactly what he tried to do, and then put one right through his lower plate and knock out his ammo rack. Now, I probably could have gone right through the upper plate, but better safe than sorry with Sabo, because it might say 300 mils a pen, but it doesn't always do that. So now, that Leopard just died to a T10M. So I want to get a quick shot while he's reloading, rush the shot, hit the upper plate, and did absolutely nothing because it bounced. So the other Leopard beside me dies to another T10M. And at this point I'm kind of shitting bricks because I'm surrounded by T10Ms. So I need to find a way to fall off of cap because there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to defend from 2 different ways from 2 different T10Ms. So I fall back off of the cap, which gives the cap to the enemy team. But it was my best option because either way I would have died and they would have taken the cap. T10M pushes, shoot, do absolutely nothing because Sabo sucks. And that's the end of the video, and see you guys next time.